Happy Friday, it's 11 a.m. and the Killer Bees are here today, going to try to teach you guys some knowledge. I'm Tom Sever.
Kenny Rob.
Declan Scott.
And we're the Killer Bees. Let's get to it.
Alright, so an article I found was the Red Sox are building a new theater. So with the Red Sox winning the 2018 World Series, opportunities for growth started to arise. Parent company of the Red Sox, Fenway Sports Group, is taking a huge step towards annualizing their business by building a new 5,000-seat theater adjacent to Fenway Park. The Fenway Theater is being developed by Fenway Sports Group in partnership with Live Nation and set to open either late 2020 or early 2021. Fenway Theater will be located behind the right field bleachers at Fenway Park at the corner of Lansdowne and Ipswich streets. Fenway Sports Group will own the new theater year-round, while Live Nation will lead in programming the venue. The two companies have formed a new joint venture called Fenway Music Company. In addition to music, the two sides are contemplating having the theater host other events such as comedy, esports, and community gatherings. The move to build the theater comes from the success that Live Nation and Fenway Sports Groups have had with summer concerts. The theater is a major step in the so-called Fenway 3.0 initiative, in which Fenway Sports Group are exploring options outside of the ballpark to bring in revenue. The project is still in the planning phase. Live Nation President Don Law said, "This project really expands the type of events we can take on in the market. At 5,000 seats, that's a size venue where shows that previously were going outside, places like Worcester and Lowell, can now be right in the city and at locations like and an iconic location like Fenway Park." Law also predicted other MLB owners will be examining what Fenway Sports Group and Live Nation. All right, so another article I found was the Dodgers are having a robot chef in their kitchen for the World Series. So during the World Series, demand at some Dodger Stadium concession stands soared as much as 70% compared to a regular season game. For Flippy, this is not a problem. Flippy is Levy's Restaurant's new kitchen assistant robot. So this spike in demand carries no added stress and no added emotion for Flippy. At the grill, Flippy is a robot chef that runs 4 deep fryers at a fried chicken and tater tot stand. The robot was developed by a California technology startup company called Miso Robotics. So Levy's Restaurants and Miso found that Flippy resulted in higher productivity and a reduction in food waste compared to humans. Levi Restaurants found that in efficiency savings, the robot will pay for itself in roughly 1 year. The robotic arm uses a combination of cameras, thermal scanners, and AI to perform kitchen tasks. After several tweaks, Flippy is capable of cooking more than 80 baskets of fried food per hour. Over the course of 3 months at Dodger Stadium, Flippy cooked 17,000 pounds of chicken and tater tots. When Flippy was introduced to the Dodgers executives, there were many skeptics and many questions about if the robot would work, like internally and externally. But the executives found that the potential gains seen by would outweigh the negatives. So the technology is also being talked about and being rolled out at other LA venues such as Staples Center. Levy Restaurants is seeking out unions to ensure human workers affected by Flippy are being moved to the front of the house rolls.
Hey, what's up, class? I'm going to talk to you a little article today I found on the Carolina Panthers. Something interesting. They just recently, this year is the first year they put their team logo on the 50-yard line. They used to just have the NFL logo, the basic logo, in the middle, which is unusual for teams in the NFL. They usually have their own decal in the middle of the 50-yard line. They did this, a lot of pressures coming from the fans. They're like, why don't we have a logo, our own logo in the middle of the 50-yard line? So it made the fans happy. It was a good marketing thing, get fans to the stadium and stuff. Some Coors Light Cold Hard Facts: there's only 3 teams left that don't have their logo in the middle, which include the Jets and the Giants because they share a stadium out in MetLife in New Jersey, and the Chargers because they share a stadium with USC in the Rose Bowl. So there you go. An article I found in the Sports Business Journal was that State Farm bought the naming rights for 2 big stadiums in Atlanta and Arizona. They bought the naming rights for the stadium for the Atlanta Hawks and the Arizona Cardinals in Glendale, Arizona. This is big news. They used to always say no, that was the big thing. They were trained. John Harbert, their COO, said the company was trained to always say no to buying naming rights. He said since he's been there for the past 30 years, they've had over 50 people offer him buying the naming rights, and they weren't about it. But this is actually a revelation for State Farm marketing thing. They're first people to buy 2 big stadiums at once. It's a $100 million, multi-million-dollar deal. Big money here. The reasoning behind it, they put new company hubs in Arizona, Atlanta, and Dallas. So they're trying to get it in with the neighborhoods and stuff. Get a good name, get employees. The reason they chose Atlanta and Arizona is Dallas, they already have a sponsorship there, so they didn't want to go into Dallas, and they already have the Cowboys Stadium, stuff like that. But they found Atlanta and Arizona, so they were doing pretty good with those. John Harbert, the CEO of the company, said, "This is a way to plant a flag and say we're State Farm, and here's what we stand for." That's what he wants to ingrain into the community of each city, and hopefully he gets employees. They can build a family relations, and that's what they're looking for. So that brings me to my next thing. They asked, what are you looking for your return on investment? And John Harbert said, it's like any other business. You want to see if the positives outweigh the negatives. So if you're making money, he goes, we even look for deeper ties being enriched in the community. So that's just what's going around. State Farm buying 2 big stadiums, call them State Farms. So big time here. Big time, guys. Appreciate you.
Alright. So something I found in the Sports Business Journal is that the Atlanta Hawks just gave their arena a $192.5 million makeover. This makeover costed them about $1 million a day, and on average there were about 800 workers working daily. The COO, Thad Shealy, said the major reason for this arena makeover is so that they can provide a structural and cultural shift while the games are going on. Right now the building seats 16,600 people with 1,500 club seats and 40 suites. With that said, the Hawks have already sold out a number of all their inclusive promotion products. Something new that they're adding this year are these branded areas. And for example, one branded area is a country music group while eating at a restaurant at the same time. So if someone who doesn't really follow like hip hop or rap, they can enjoy some of their own type of music while getting a nice dinner. Another partnership is with some of the Atlanta rappers, in which you can listen to hip hop music, get a haircut at the same time, and watch the game. And I think this makes a big impact for everyone consuming this game because they have a little something for everyone. With Atlanta being very diverse as it is, I think this gives a chance for people to start understanding one another a bit more with the shifting cultures and where everyone comes from, especially in Atlanta. And something else they added with the new design features and utilizing technology, fans can enjoy more affordable menu items and faster service throughout the whole arena. This includes $1 chips, $2 jumbo pretzels, $3 bottle pops, and $5 bills or beers. So like if I was to go to a Power game right now, I'm paying $8 for a draft beer. Here at the Atlanta game, I'm getting a beer for $5. And this is what they're calling fan-friendly pricing, which makes the fans actually want to go to the concession stand and not worry about saving money. So yeah, that's what I found. Thank you for listening.
Okay, class, that concludes the Killer Bees videos this year. I want to thank you personally, Tom Sever here.
Devin Scott.
Okay, Rob.
Killer Bees, out.
Oh,